hello, and I am your host. Oh, hello, I'm your host. But today, this is the Manga podcast.
Woo!
Host Azarol from Azarol Plays and Green Forest Gaming, aka known as Klesk.
Yeah.
Klesk.
Together we are bitch 1, bitch 2, and that black guy.
Damn right.
I really hope I'm bitch 1.
I mean, you could be the bottom bitch.
So today we are talking about Mirai Nikki, which is probably most well known for its popular, very very popular anime adaptation that came out 2012 or 2011.
I don't know when it came out.
I'm gonna say 2012. That's when I started hearing about, Gasai,
Yeah, and it follows the
Let's
case
see.
of 12 different people in what city are they in? Tokyo?
No, it's not Tokyo. It's less popular than that.
Some city in Japan, large city.
Yeah.
Battle royale where they have to fight. Well, the 12 people each get a future diary, which gives them, based on their personality, some sort of a hint about the future, or it tells them the future, but only based on certain aspects of their personality.
Yeah.
So
basically,
and they
it
have to kill each
records in the same way. Yeah, they already have diaries, and they record the way that they do in the diaries, and then, after the diary gains its future reading powers, it keeps recording the way that they would if they were predicting the events in the future.
I don't remember if all of them had one beforehand, though. I think it was they just because they only
No,
talk about
they all
they
did.
only talk about they only talk about Yuki. They don't actually talk about
No.
the other ones. I don't remember if I'm correct.
They did mention that all of them had diaries before.
Okay, all right.
How
Yeah.
did the blind guy have a diary before?
He has a tape recorder.
Tape recorder.
He doesn't have a phone.
You fucked up, son.
But yeah. So
Also-
it doesn't matter because we're not, talking about that right now.
Yeah,
Cage
not a big
girl.
deal.
What?
Whatever.
Cage girl. It was a scroll.
Yeah.
She wrote down her interactions with other
It wasn't
people.
the scroll. No, the scroll was the thing for the future. Was her? The thing for the future for her. But yeah, and it was let's see. The pilot came out in 2010. The anime came out 2011 to 2012.
And then it probably got...
And then there was a
Dubbed
live
in
action
2000.
drama. There was a live action. I don't think there was a dub, or I haven't seen
There's
it.
a dub.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it either. I don't really watch dubs. They're usually really bad.
There's sometimes pretty bad. There are good ones out there, though. I recommend Neon Genesis Evangelion dubbed. Most of the classics have really good dubs, actually.
I think Neon
Some of the
Genesis
modern
have
ones have
pretty
shitty ones.
good- Neon Genesis have a really pretty good dub. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the manga of Mirai Nikki.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say, though I have not seen the anime, I'm going to go ahead and guess it's probably better than the manga.
For what? Mirai Nikki?
Just in general quality, yeah.
No, I'd say it's about the same.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, it's a pretty
Really?
strict adaptation. They leave out a few things, but not that much.
Yeah, no, it's almost like word for word.
Oh, I hope it's not word for word, because those words were fucking messed up. Either I read a shitty translation, or there were just a lot of random
You
things.
probably read a shitty translation.
Yeah.
I've been going through that
Yeah.
a lot lately, where really bad translations. If they don't have official translations, most of the time it's
Yep, no one get their translation of Mirai Nikki from fucking manga here, because it was...
some manga has really bad trend. Yeah, they didn't release all the things in English. Not all the volumes came out in English.
There were a couple of chapters that just repeated pages a lot.
Oh, that's
What?
What? That's probably very bad translation.
Yeah.
We should probably find one place to do all read our translations for when we do these.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, I
I'm
assumed
just
we
not-
just used manga
I'm-
here.
I just read it wherever I want to read it at the time.
It pretty much depends on whether or not I'm reading it on my iPhone or on the computer. But we digress.
Yeah, it's a very popular manga.
It's-
I like it. It's a very popular series in general.
Yeah. Mirai Nikki is probably... I mean, you'll probably get people who have no clue what you're talking about until you say Future Diary. But it's pretty popular.
Yeah, it also has a follow-up series that I think it covers the life before and after the events of Future Diary of the Ninth.
Yep, but due to the fact
So-
we don't really need to talk about that because we didn't.
There's also a visual novel.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. I could have guessed that much.
I mean, yeah, it's a fucking thing. You know.
It applies well. Anyways, yeah.
It's
So
made by
I
the
guess
same, and it's also made by the same people who now own the Dark Souls series because
really.
yeah, Katawaka. They
Yeah,
own
how about that?
they also make all this shitty what's it called harem animes that came out this year.
Huh.
They made a lot.
Well
of
then. The more you know. So yeah, we pretty much covered like the basis of the plot. Do we want to talk about characters?
Well, let's do a. We have, obviously we don't want to spoil too much before we go ahead.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you know, so this is probably the end for the non-spoiler. I would say read it if you haven't already read it. You probably already have.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
if you're watching manga podcasts and you haven't read Mirai Nikki, get your shit together.
Yeah,
Just go
it's
read
basically
Mirai Nikki.
It's very,
If-
it's like saying
this is
you've
your
never,
first-
you've never read like Dragon Ball or something like that. It's a basic.
Yeah.
It's kind of a basic.
Yeah, if this is your basic like first time watching a manga review and you somehow haven't read it, to get an idea of the length, it's 57 chapters, 59 chapters. Each one is like 45 pages or less. So it's not hard to get through in about an afternoon. It'll be a pleasant read.
I don't know if pleasant read would be how I describe Mirai Nikki, but it's an interesting
Yeah.
read.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
say
it's
pleasant.
definitely not simple.
I wouldn't say pleasant. Something pleasant.
I
would
meant
be
that
like-
more sarcastically. Yeah, it's kind of intense. Not recommended for younger readers
Oh no.
at all.
Now, I mean, unless you really want to fuck a kid up and just be like, hey, by the way, there are just people in the world who will be like, hey, I want you so bad, I'm going to kill everyone.
Yeah,
Also, there's a lot of rape.
Everyone.
A lot of rape and murder, which are both
Yeah.
bad things, might I add. You know, if
There's
you want
also
something
time
not
travel.
terrible, go read like I don't know, certain magical index. They don't really kill anybody there.
Now, you could read the Mirai Nikki Gaiden if you want something happy.
what is that?
I think they called it Paradox or something. It's pretty much literally just
The movie.
Mirai Nikki characters having random ass adventures.
That's
They
fucking
also
weird.
they also made a movie, live action.
Did they?
Oh,
Yeah,
Is it?
It's
Wait, is it an
and
anime
this-
movie?
no, so
No.
I said live action.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that part.
It's they also made a serialized television drama,
Yeah.
also live action.
It's very popular.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I guess now that we're past the spoiler-free section, characters. The only one that anyone cares about at all is Gasai. You know.
Also, Ninth. Ninth was awesome.
Yes, ninth is awesome.
There's a really
But
a lot
not
of awesome
till late.
characters. It's just so many of them get really overshadowed by
Yeah.
because pretty much
Yeah.
because I guess mainly because she's a main character and most of the storyline is both portrayed is pushed along by her. It focuses on her
think-
so much.
I think the way it started out was the author was trying to make it about the protagonist, but he realized about like 5 chapters in that he was a shitty protagonist, and he decided to make it about instead.
And he's not really a bad. I mean, it's like
He's not bad.
Saying he's a bad protagonist.
He's just
is kinda-
not
he's kinda-
interesting.
he's a Shinji type protagonist, except
He
not
is-
nearly as fucked up as Shinji because Shinji was
Yeah.
fucked. Oh.
Shinji never gets shit right. This guy actually
Well, even
learns
when-
from his mistakes,
even when
which I will
Shinji
admire.
tries to do just things right, just like bullshit happens. Just like everybody's like, nah, fuck you, Shinji. You try
I
to do
really
it.
hate Shinji.
I think Shinji was pretty good. Was a pretty great protagonist.
He was just really annoying.
You know, I kind of feel like when people say he's like really annoying, I always feel like it's overblown.
It is overblown, but like I still hate watching him.
I get that, but it's just like always hear like it's always like, oh, he's so annoying, he's so whiny. It's like he kind of is, but he's not.
Well, that's the point to his character. We're talking about a different anime now. God damn it.
True that. But we should read the Neon Genesis.
Or no, watch it. Don't read it.
There's a manga, and it's like different from it's actually different from the movies.
Yeah, but
no,
shitty, so-
we're not reading that. Anyway,
Yes.
Yeah,
the real method. I guess the true main character, you want to say it like that, is technically Yukitaro.
is
It's technically Yukitaro.
yeah, he kind of is the main important character all the way through.
He is.
I mean,
he's the viewpoint
yeah.
character.
yeah,
He is the one that the story follows, but basically the entire thing is spurred on by
Yes, that's why I said like she's the heavy. She's like the Darth Vader of the Empire. Technically Darth Vader in the Empire is what portrays the Star Wars movies. That's who pushes it along. She's that.
Well,
with that,
I guess
basically if she doesn't do what she does, the story doesn't move on necessarily as it does.
If
that's
Yuno
true.
doesn't do
like
what she does, the main character dies in the first 5 chapters.
That's true. Well, also, she is kind of like the guiding force behind it. Like, she's more than just like another plot device in there. She is what consistently motivates the plot, like on both a grand scheme and in a direct scheme.
Oh, remember, we only read 20 chapters. So don't
Yeah.
spoil it. But yeah, so basically, So basically, her actions, what a lot of the situations come about because of her actions. So basically, plot arcs are pretty much put into by her. Obviously, I think did the mic break?
No, the mic didn't break.
Yeah, pretty much she moves the story along. She's the heavy. Story moves along by she's a train. She is a train engine that pulls along this story.
Yeah, from minute one.
And a bunch of other that kind of thing, slightly more interesting characters get kind of pushed to the side because of her.
They do.
Every character is interesting, and you get like a tiny small arc for each one of them. Except for
we never learned a damn thing about the third.
Yeah, like 4th and 9th are the only characters who really get long portray arcs for their characters. Which is hugely disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I would have liked to see the 6th be a little bit longer.
Dude, I would have wanted to see the 11th go for a long ass time. He was interesting as fuck.
Yeah, he died way too quickly. It was just kind of.
Yeah.
It's.
So right off the bat, the manga really does kill off interesting characters too easily. But yeah, back to like and shit. She it's very clear from minute 1 that she's a stalker chick, and that's what keeps her tied to Yuki. They both, and also the actual plot device that they're trying to employ here is that they have each other's like phones that cause a perfect prediction. She records all of his activities with her phone, and he records information around him.
But he doesn't.
And so
together,
together,
basically, he doesn't exist in his own diary. So if something happens to him, his blind spot in his diary, which tells the future of everything, is himself.
Yeah, and together their phones cause a perfect prediction.
Although Yuno's phone is so fucking useless if she didn't want to get to like the end of the tournament with him. Like if she was just trying to win the tournament, she gets a guaranteed 1 kill and that's it. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
I'd be butthurt.
The funny thing is, like certain plot developments I found later on, the fact that her diary does that kind of makes less and less sense how things work.
Yeah.
No,
also
here's the thing though. Wait. Here's the thing though. Like the reason it does that is because the diaries record the person's obsession.
We already talked about.
Like I'm going back to this. If she was not obsessed with Yuki, it would not be recording events about Yuki.
Yeah,
it would be recording something else.
We know that. That's why
we
said that.
Okay, so what if she was obsessed with Yuki but also just wanted to win?
But
you're still fucked. You're still fucked.
My problem is not that hers is that. It's just that with like certain plot revelations later on, it doesn't make any sense. Like how the story goes on and how she's still alive.
Also, I like the way that the diaries do function. Like it kind of points out how huge of a stalker she was. Hers updates every 10 minutes, right? Or every time something big is going to happen. That means that before the diaries became magic, she had to be updating at least every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Well, do they mention that she was always on her phone in class and stuff before?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Because I remember some of them was like it's not even like so much time based just on what's happening in the world. Like for instance, 4th is whenever there's a crime. It's even though how he reads that has to have been really confused. Like, oh, this kid stole a candy bar.
You gotta realize too that Yuki's diary is ridiculous. Like he has no life. His diary updates like every 5 minutes, and seriously, you're taking that much time out of your life to record things that you're probably not even gonna read later. Like, oh, I scored a 2 on the dartboard. Whoop-de-dee. Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Well, I mean,
Well, it wasn't even like I scored a 2 on a dartboard. It was shit like,
Yeah, he
hey,
didn't say-
this dog is gonna walk into a street.
Yeah, it's not. Remember,
Like-
it's not about him. It's kind of. It's basically the phone.
The
diary
only-
is his way of interacting with the universe.
Yeah. Well, here's the other
I kinda like
inconsistent
it
thing.
was.
That's
It was about him for a little while though, and
Yeah,
then they were
first
like,
chapter
wait, we
before it
can't do
became
that.
magic.
No, but even after it was magic, it's like he read the thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to be jumped later today.
you're right, it
Time
does.
to go this way and
okay.
shit like that.
Yeah, I think that.
Well,
was
actually, also,
I think that was
also,
also.
it could record his own dead ends. That was a thing that it could do.
No, it just said dead. It would just say dead end. It wouldn't say how he died though. Because remember when
Yeah, it
they were
just
in the
said dead
building,
end.
it would just say it would just
Oh,
stop.
true.
So basically, I think that was actually just a plot hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just at the beginning, they didn't think about, maybe we shouldn't have his literally tell him everything.
Yeah, honestly, it felt like the author was winging it for the first, 10 chapters or so.
Probably was.
Yeah, also-
he probably didn't think he was going to actually get picked up.
Honestly,
I would not.
it's
I'd have
so, like,
thought
if
I
you
would
look
get
at-
picked
if
up
you
if I
look
were
at the
writing that.
beginning, it's kind of like it almost plays like a monster of the week.
It
The one
does.
thing, when I first started reading this, the one thing that I could think of was, this sounds like one of those fake mangas they would come up with in Bakuman, like to demonstrate an interesting concept and nothing else.
Yeah. Now, as we were bitching about it, remember we did all say to read this because it was good. So
Yeah,
It
I
is.
mean, I'm not saying it's bad. we're just like pointing out the flaws.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
first 10 chapters, it's kind of shit, and then it just really gets better a lot, very quickly, I think.
It kind of it stops. It still has that monster of the week problem.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it feels a little bit too shonen-y.
A little.
Also, the magic that gets put in there feels really weird because it's never explained.
God,
Like-
It's
Yeah.
literally Deus Ex. I mean,
But-
literally Deus
Deus
Okay,
Ex.
no,
Ex-
but the
That's literally
the-
what it is.
And also, another thing, why does he know who Deus Ex is?
Because he shows up in his dreams.
yeah, because he talks to him and has
But, he
has
just-
tea parties and shit with him.
They didn't even directly state that, he just shows up and he's like, Deus Ex?
No, they-
Who are you?
no,
and he's
they-
just
they-
like, child, did you not think I could be real in your dreams?
No, they specifically say that.
They very specifically introduced that he hung out with them all the time. That was a plot point.
Yeah. They
Seriously?
know- yeah,
Well, then
they
my
know-
translation must have been shitty as fuck,
I think
then.
you've already got
We read the same translation.
God
I
damn
think
it.
you're just retarded.
No, I gotta go back and look at this shit, because it was like, I remember in the first
It's
chapter,
like
I read it.
chapter 1.
No, let me go look at
I read the whole first. Wait. Oh shit! I read the first 2 chapters on my phone, and the person said they'd cut it in half. Maybe the second half didn't get recorded, or uploaded.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's like chapter... I think it's chapter 0.
Yeah, let me look.
There was no chapter 0 that I read.
Oh yeah, this is chapter 0.
Yeah, there's a prologue. There's
Shit.
an entire
Yeah,
prologue.
but where he meets a deuce, I can show you the page. But
Yeah,
How
where-
about that?
here I'll post it. I'll link it. But
And he's just kicking it and eating corn with the little midget girl.
yeah, they obviously paste.
Yep. Okay. Well, my phone didn't have that chapter,
All right.
so that's
yeah. Yeah, I know. He was just pretty much. He thought this was just where he went to go into his depressed head to make friends, but it turns out it was actually God, whose name is Deus Ex Machina, by the way.
God,
Which is
like,
great.
Which actually is kind of because like the way his character design is, actually works out perfectly.
Yeah,
God,
I know, I think-
God in the machine, and he's pretty much like a giant robot dude. That's a really good.
Well, I also like that this entire manga is pretty much Deus Ex Machina the manga.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
oh no, we're going to die here unless something unexpected happens.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, no.
explosions.
Characters
I
who
still
have
don't
a-
understand how they're supposed to be able to break dead ends. Like, those are supposed to be completely unavoidable, and somehow
No,
they
they're
still
not.
break them, and they never
Because-
explain it.
That-
It would be a dead end if they didn't have the diaries. He breaks basically the entire game itself breaks time because I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but I think it is a spoiler, so I can't say it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're gonna say, and you just stop.
Yeah, you can't mention that here.
Well, actually, you know what? They're trying to become God. Each one of them is trying to become God.
That
So
you
therefore-
can't say.
They're breaking the rules of what they should normally do. Obviously, if they weren't trying to become God, basically God, because God said so. That's why they can break the dead ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the dead end,
Deus Ex Machina.
he said
And he specifically states, and he does specifically state, y'all can destroy, y'all can break dead ends.
it's not very likely to happen, but
He
you
just
can pull
says-
it off.
Yeah.
I just
Pretty much if you-
the whole thing just completely invalidates the concept of a dead end, though.
Well, no. It's if you do exactly what you basically to break a dead end, you have to. It's like a string theory, maybe not string theory. Sorry.
Not string theory.
Bro, that's
I get what
do
you're
you
going
know
at.
what
It's-
string theory
if
is?
if you kept going with the same path,
You would.
you're guaranteed to death.
You just but.
But
it's
if
just-
you
but-
stray from the path,
Yeah.
Like-
It's pretty much basically time isn't defined. It's not. This is exactly what's going to happen 100% of the time. It's more like this is what probably is going to happen.
that's why every time someone changes an event, everyone's diary changes.
Yeah, because all the time, because now they're on a different path. So think of it as a path, like think of it as like a highway or a stream. You know what? I'm gonna steal this from the. You know what? I'm gonna just steal this from. I'm gonna steal it from Steven Universe. Time is a stream. There's different rivers, lakes, ossuaries, oxbows are all in there. Therefore, you just got to figure out which one you want to go on. The main one, the main river, like say the Nile River, that's the one where you die if there's a dead end. But there's little other rivers or like ways that breaks off.
Right.
Oh shit! There you fell off my computer, and I broke my computer.
Nice.
Oh, god damn it.
What is that? All right.
It sounded like a pair of mechanical teeth that you wind up.
That looks really bad.
Seriously.
Ooh, that's gonna be bad. All right, so moving on.
What you done, dude?
I think I almost took out my sound card. My
Nice.
my video card.
Nice.
Hmm.
I don't want to touch it.
What did you do?
I fell. Like kind
God
of.
damn it.
I was kind of leaning in my chair and I like slid.
Nice.
You're an idiot.
Did you punch your video card? Like,
Well, no, I just hit my computer. No, because the
nice.
screws that came with my case don't fit.
Right. So moving back to Mirai Nikki.
Yeah. Main character is a character most people know about. She's fucking crazy. She's kind of a bad character.
She's not a bad character per se, but the plot relies on her far too much.
Like, I mean, just her motivations.
Her motivation
Or
is
stupid.
maybe if I kill enough people, he'll love me.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. It's just really. I get she's supposed to be insane, but even like,
Well, I mean, it's
when they do
more
that,
like
it still doesn't make any fucking sense.
it's more like she's thinking if I protect him enough and stay by him enough, he'll come to love me, or he'll be mine without consent, or something like that.
But she doesn't think that though. She states she doesn't think like that. That's not what she's thinking.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Well, she also
A lot of
says that
times
she's
she-
satisfied just to be near him. She says she'd be happy to go on being a stalker and just watching him from a distance.
Well, I mean,
which, if you think about it,
yeah,
does actually make
She
sense.
does do because she straight up does it. That was her plan. That actually was what she was just going to do.
She just wants to make sure that she can still do that.
But it's really like her motivations make no sense whatsoever.
Meh.
It's like they keep trying to rewrite. It's like they keep trying to make you interested in her, so they have to like keep on.
They do try to add a bunch of depth to her that they needed to just leave her at fucking
Yeah,
at
and it just-
the yandere girl.
And then it
Like she
keeps-
needed to just stay yandere.
They just add so much, and it gets so convoluted. It's like,
You can add some depth to characters.
yeah, you can add depth.
You
to
can't
characters,
overload it.
but you can't just like
Yeah.
when your character is so one note as is.
Mhm.
Okay, the problem is that Yuno's one note, but she's had more face turns than Big Show.
Hell, Big Show has Big Show has more depth. At least he has the family. He can always pull that card out.
He's-
Doesn't
so
even
he's
have
got-
that.
Yuno very obviously doesn't have that. Yuno took care of that a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't. It's literally like so that's why I kind of feel like the other characters are more interesting because maybe it's because they never overstayed their welcome.
Yeah, I guess because you don't get to see most of them for that long. Like I don't remember what number it is, but the blind guy who like puts on the mask and makes
He's 11.
duplicates of himself and
Yeah,
shit. Okay,
and
well,
rips the lady's eye out.
yeah, just take like
I
that was a cool character.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. I still don't understand why he took her eye out. Like they never explained that, and that seems when you learn about the character
No.
later, it seems really out of.
But
out
wasn't
of
it
guys.
his torture?
Guys, he didn't take her eye out. Yuki threw his dart at her and pierced her eye, and like it was just fucked up. So she took it out.
No, he took it out.
Wait,
No, I'm
did
pretty
it
sure-
say directly that he
remember-
was the one?
I remember directly reading about it, and then she was like, "Hey, fuck you! You took my eye out."
Yeah.
So I mean, that'd be a little weird to say to yourself.
Yeah, he took out her eye at the building in the. Now I may be getting this confused with like how the manga anime went. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is how it also worked in the manga.
Well, I remember for certain the reason that she had to flee from Yuki.
No, yeah,
and the
yeah.
whole
Yuki threw the dart, but she never took out her eye. She took out the dart out of her eye
Well, I mean, why would she be pissed about having a broken eye being taken out?
because she was awake when it happened.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not
well, that
very
makes sense.
great to just have an eye popped out.
Yeah, that okay. Like that's like, oh, I broke my leg. That doesn't mean I want you to cut it off.
Well, maybe if it were the 1800s.
No, I'm pretty sure they still. I'm pretty sure back then they really wouldn't want you to cut it off because then you just get infected. Then you're just gonna die.
Yeah. Little.
But yeah, So yeah, there's that dude. I really wish that here I found it actually. Damn it, gouging out my eyeball and forcing me to give up the first name. What kind of treatment is that?
Okay, I guess that makes more sense now.
Okay, but yeah, the 11th was like his diary was he could like hear things that haven't been detailed yet or something like that. Like he can just it's literally a better version of Yukatero's.
Yeah.
Did he die?
It's you.
Did he
Yeah, it's
die
Yukatero's,
somehow?
except he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna. Suicide bomb some bitches.
Yeah.
Well, that
it
was a long
very-
silence.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, no, what wasn't it? His power was that he could read other diaries or some shit like that.
No, that was the.
No, that was the,
That was 10th. Sorry, 10th.
That was 12th.
No, it was
10th. Sorry. Wait, no, that was 11th. That guy was a different... Shit. Okay, hearing guy was not 11. I forget what he was. Maybe he was... Was he 12? I think he was...
Or no. No, wait, 11 was
11 was
that
Mayor.
Bacchus guy. That guy hasn't shown up yet. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that guy hasn't shown up yet. Oops. Pretend you didn't hear that, I guess.
Well, I mean, it
Whoopsie.
doesn't matter. We haven't said like what they. We haven't said their names or.
He was the 12th. The tape recorder guy is the 12th, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Uh,
Or the 5th. I don't really remember. No, 5th was somebody else. Yeah.
No, yeah. 12th thing was that it recorded like future evil doing shit.
right. He was kind of like fourth, except.
He was a common writer who
Also, he can
couldn't see.
hypnotize-
Yeah, he
also
was
can
a common
hypnotize- he can
rider.
Hypnotize people.
Oh yeah, he can also
He was
hypnotize.
freaking OP as fuck.
He was
he
pretty
can-
damn powerful.
Yeah, no, he hypnotized people. He made multiples of himself.
His only weakness was that he was blind.
And
Literally.
Even then, it didn't seem to be that big of a fucking weakness.
Well, I mean,
No.
it got him killed, so...
Oh no, he got killed because he got hit with a fucking axe.
No, he got killed because the blindness gave away his shit.
Well, I mean, that's not really. It wasn't like, oh, he couldn't see something and then he got killed by. Like, he
Wait, so
ran
why
into a
It
do
was.
why can his? No, it was he couldn't see something, so he didn't turn his head.
right? But he knew.
anyway.
But he knew he could have still. If he could have, he knew where they were. He knew.
Like, why did his copies have the ability of sight?
I don't know.
Right? There's a lot of plot holes in the series.
Furthermore, why did he choose a gigantic globe as a mask?
Because it's cool as fuck. That is the coolest mask I've seen in a while. Are you kidding me?
It's
That,
creepy
like-
and it's cool, but like, oh god, that's so impractical.
Well, I mean, it looks like a giant eye.
True.
I mean, just the red stripe down the middle. It's cool as fuck. That's why.
It wasn't a red stripe down the middle. It was an eye.
I mean,
Okay, here's how they.
But
Alright, I
but
have to go look at how he
but it's
killed.
red.
Basically, he didn't. It wasn't because he was blind. It's because he has better hearing. So he was actually able to tell what she was doing because she was looking like she was going to throw a rock in one place, but she actually threw it somewhere else, and he was able to tell. So he was the only one who had the better ability, basically.
He was killed by being too good, damn good, by being genetically superior.
He was killed by being Daredevil.
Yes, yes.
Also, I was reading a manga where literally the character just has the ability of Daredevil except he can see.
Nice.
So what you're saying is the character is completely like unoriginal and generic.
No, he does get kind of interesting character. His character is, but it's like his ability is just so it's really fucking ridiculous. But I'm moving on. We're not really talking about that.
Who else was there? There was.
There was the ninth. We haven't talked about her yet.
Oh yeah, ninth. The
Ninth was fucking
bomber bitch.
awesome as shit.
She is awesome, and she's into Gothic Lolita, which
And
is
she's
totally
a
cool.
terrorist.
Yes, and she never gives that up. By the way,
I like how even like they kind of show all the like later on in the series they show all the characters before what happens and why they each want to become obviously they want to win the game, and each of them has like a really tragic backstory, which kind of got accessible because everybody has a fucking tragic backstory.
yeah,
But she had a tragic backstory, but she was just a bad person. Even with even with the tragic backstory, she's still just a bad human being.
yeah. She doesn't give up terrorism for shit, dude. Like even at the end, after all the shit that we're not going to talk about happens, she's just sitting there like, I kind of miss terrorism. Oh well, I have kids now.
Like it is so ridiculous. She's still the best. She's still one like the best characters. But
She's my
bad.
favorite by far.
She's just so like just blatantly evil. Like she's just a evil person.
I love it. I love it.
That's who you vote for. No, the terrorist is the good character.
The
She is
terrorist.
the hero. She is the hero.
The terrorist is also the one who deserves to win and become God. She fights pretty hardcore.
I mean,
also she has the best diary.
It's not the best diary. Like it's good for like
no. Okay, this is a game. No. This is a diary that if we're looking at this, that they're only used for the game of survival. Her diary is the escape diary.
But the thing is, though, it can still fail her.
Yeah, like for one
bullshit.
thing,
it can just not work. It'll be like, oh nope, sorry, you just can't escape this. You get lost, bitch.
For one thing,
fucking failure. And I feel like I want my fucking refund.
Well, I mean,
wait. For one thing, like she's at a huge disadvantage because she has no idea what the other people with the diaries are going to do. She can't predict the future. She can just predict how she can escape and like provide means to do it sometimes. And even then, if they've foreseen how to counteract that, she's just fucked.
Because when she met, remember when she met 11th, she was like, she got to a dead end. It was like, I can't escape from this until he showed up. So yeah, it just stopped working. Like, oh, sorry, it's just not gonna work.
I want you to tell me the counter that you're gonna. I want you to tell me the counter that you're gonna prepare for somebody pulling a motorcycle out.
Well, I don't know about counter, but no, I'm saying her diary breaks.
Well, yeah, no, her diary. If you literally are starting to nuke the area she's in, it's like, well,
that wasn't
like that.
It's happening. She was locked inside of a building.
It was like 2 cops. It was just 2 cops.
Yeah, I would say that her diary is the shittiest, honestly.
Then you're stupid.
Aside from the little kids.
Like, yeah, the little kid.
I don't remember what the little kid even was because
it records 3 times a day. That's it, and it just records stupid random shit like what he ate for lunch.
Kid didn't give a fuck though.
Kid was like on that shit.
Kid was balling out of control. Like, man, that kid was fucking balling.
Yeah, but we can't talk about him, sadly.
Yeah, we can. That happened in like chapter 10. Yeah, it happened like chapter 10. The little kid where he's killed. Yeah, that happened before. That happened right after the.
That was after the 6th.
The cult. Yeah, that's after the cult, and right before Dogs.
Are you?
Yeah,
I'm 100%
I'm on
sure.
chapter 10, and I don't.
Also,
sorry,
the
chapter
dogs were
11.
cool as fuck.
Also, art not that good.
The art's okay. It's not great. They don't really use any screen tones.
Yeah, chapter 11.
But yeah, it's.
But yeah, that kid was fucking balling out of control.
I want that kid to have more like story development.
Yeah, they just like murder.
Because
yeah,
I want to see what he grows up to be.
He didn't lose. No, the kid didn't really lose. He just kind of let them win.
Yeah.
He just like.
Yeah.
Like, they could have both died if it hadn't been for the ninth, who came in there and was like, y'all fuckers.
They would have died if he hadn't given them, if he hadn't saved them. And just like, suicide time.
What a stupid kid.
I mean,
but
the kid didn't give
awesome
a fuck.
Kid.
I mean, that kid just didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, this kid was the biggest pimp in the entire series. If we had an entire series with just this kid, just in preschool, balling.
He's also the only person in the series who acknowledged, hey, so what are you going to do when it's just you and Yuki left?
Yeah.
Like, this kid was a damn genius. This kid didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, literally, he didn't give any fucks.
Yeah, his parents died, and he's just like, well, it's time to go kill some people.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, I lost? Oh, y'all won my little game? Fuck it. Here. I don't even give a shit. I don't even give a shit. You know, he wasn't like normal bad guys who like, oh no, you beat me, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. You know, and then die because I'm freaking the fuck out. No, he's like, fuck it. I'm out.
Wasn't the last page of his diary something like, you know, I'm killed by, you know, dead end, but I'm very happy.
Yeah, it says big sister kills me, but I'm very happy.
But I mean,
he's just like, oh shit, somebody's badass enough to kill me. Hell yeah, I love that character in mangas.
But he still could have won.
No, he was pretty fucked.
Well, I mean, he could have killed them.
He could have killed them, but he would have just died later.
But if he was like a normal bad villain, a bad guy, he'd have just like, you know, I'm gonna take you down with me. This guy's like, fuck it, good job, high five. There's the kind of kid who loses the Super Bowl and like give the opponent quarterback like a high five. Not bad, nigga.
It's like, you got game.
I like that she was also just like, you know, was just to that kid. Just goes up and is like, don't you like love your own life? He's like, I only love Yuki. The kid's like, oh shit, you're crazy. The kid that was just like, I'm gonna start killing everyone in here, was just like, oh shit.
This bitch is crazy.
Dude, she's super
nigga,
crazy.
Run. Run, Yuki, run. This whole
he should just went around and been like, yo, don't go back over to her house. There's bodies in the closet.
Yeah.
This bitch is crazy. Bro,
and now also just a giant crater in the closet.
Somehow.
How did she fucking do that? How did she do that?
Like, I'm not even joking.
They never talked about that shit. There was just a gigantic, like, mile-deep hole that appeared in her fucking house.
Literally magic. Like, honestly, it's magic.
I like to think that she was sitting there, like, just in a JoJo stance, just going, multa, just slapping the ground.
Oh, Christ. So ridiculous.
Like, it was a giant crater.
Literally magic.
Furthermore, the detective kid somehow gets to the bottom of it.
Yeah,
it gets out. It gets out. That's the real.
Yeah.
That's the real issue.
Furthermore, like, when she's making this gigantic fucking hole, how do the bodies stay intact? Like, obviously she didn't use her hands. No, because he went down there and he found the bodies just buried. Like, they were fine down below the dirt, but, like, for somehow, whatever she used to describe... I imagine, like, logically she had to have used explosives or something. That's the only thing I could think of. And yet somehow, like, did she just move the bodies into the kitchen while she was blowing up her fucking room?
Also, we're just gonna go on a bunch of separate notes here. Fucking, like, I don't know... Yuki's got some real bad survival skills. Not just talking about the game part of it, but he took the yandere girl to a fake wedding. Like,
that was really
weird. That was dumb.
That's just a real bad move.
I like how that somehow that doesn't like turn out bad for him.
Okay, you know what? I wouldn't take.
It doesn't really.
Dude, I would not take a non-yandere girl to a fake wedding. That just seems like a piss poor move. Like.
Yeah,
for anyone.
Do that. Like, the fact that it did turn out worse than it did was kind of amazing. It was like...
Yeah, that's kind of incredible.
Like, was like, hey, you know what, you're kind of an idiot.
She tried to go home before he did. That was the crazy part.
You know, called him out. I'm like, no, dude, this is a little...
He's like, yo, dude, this is fucking weird even for me.
I kill people.
And I kill people, including my parents, and eventually someone else. That's important.
I mean, she kills a lot of people.
I like that the only result of that entire thing, of him like going to a fake wedding, was him being like, huh, you know, maybe I can overlook the pile of bodies in her closet. And then the next time I showed up at her house, it was just a crater.
Yeah. No, he forgot about the bodies.
Yeah.
Like, he literally goes...
No, he does. He just doesn't.
He does. He goes, why... No,
he does.
Why is it bad for me to hate Yuno again? Yeah, he's looking at her crying at the picture, and he's like, huh, Yuno's not so bad. Maybe I can fall in love with her. Why am I not supposed to fall in love with her again? Was it because, oh yeah, the bodies?
I mean, the entire chapter, he's like, if only I hadn't opened the room to bodies.
But like later on, he like does seem like he forgets it. Either that, or there's just like, once again, bad writing.
Yeah.
There is some bad writing. It's not. If you look, there's some bad writing in this series, but it's still. I still think you should read it.
Yeah. Was this the writer's first attempt, or how many manga did he have under his belt before going to this?
He had one series before this that had like
Yeah, so this is pretty good for like what he's accomplished this far.
But I mean,
for it to get that popular, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like some basic writing problems. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't. I think it was. It kind of feels like it was planned out beforehand. But
It was not that well planned out. Yeah, like there was some semblance of an idea for what he wanted to go for, and then it just got really ridiculous.
Where the plot, like where it ended, I think that was planned out from the beginning.
I don't know. I don't see the ending being planned out from the beginning. I think he planned it out halfway through and just went all out for the ending.
Well, no, because some of the things that show up later on kind of work if you like think he planned. I think he planned out from the beginning, and that was it. I think he planned out the very ending, and that was.
It's also easy to. It's also easy to cherry pick bits of foreshadowing. You know.
Well,
like you look back at what you've done.
Wait. Why is it unlikely? Do you think that it's unlikely he did that? Because that's how most people write things. You realize that, right? Like that's how most series are written. We know how it's going to end. We know how it will begin.
I know. I'm saying it's unlikely that he did that because here's the thing: the ending does not fit like with the rest of the manga. For one thing, it goes into a completely different concept, and for another thing, it kind of takes off.
I mean, it gets a lot really crazy, but a lot of it, like the way it ends with the stuff, it kind of makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense, but like it's just ridiculous. Like I feel like he was going for a simpler concept in the beginning, and then decided to make it really crazy.
No, I think the ending storyline, where the story ended with the character, was planned out from the beginning. Not exactly. I don't think he wrote the last chapter and then wrote backwards. I'm saying he knew what the story was going to end up as.
Like, I'm just not confident because like the whole thing.
There's a difference between what you're saying. There's a difference between plot and storyline.
Yeah, I get that, but like
I'm saying the plot was written out beforehand, and then the storyline was later. And when I say storyline, I mean there wasn't any storyline, and that was probably I don't know what the fuck is going on.
You know what the storyline was? The storyline was he was playing Persona, and then he just started liking characters from Persona, and was like, "Fuck, I need to put this guy in." The detective is just the boxer from Persona.
Yeah.
Persona 3, in case anybody was wondering which boxer.
Or which Persona.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Persona. You get the fuck out! Oh my god.
Fine, bye.
Good.
That was a really dumb statement.
Fucking Persona. God damn.
He said I haven't watched Persona.
Don't ever watch Persona, by the way, because watching Persona is terrible. The Persona anime are terrible.
Fucking dirt.
Are they really?
Yes, they're dirt.
Awful.
They're just
I heard awful. Persona 4 was a decent anime.
Dirt.
Awful.
So the games are good then?
Yes, the games are great.
Yes.
Games are good.
The games are
great.
Some of the best JRPGs ever made.
10 out of 10.
But yeah.
I'm not even joking when I say 10 out of 10.
On a separate note, these are for... Now that I think about it, all the characters, well, like all the kid characters in this manga are like 13 and 14, right?
Yeah.
There are some really fucked up 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, even their now that I think about it, even their backstories, like, you know, what the fuck? What's up with the city? What was up with this city? This city deserves to be destroyed, and everybody deserves to die.
Pretty
Even
much.
the non-super kids are fucked up. Do you remember when the terrorist girl's there, and then they're just like one of his friends sees him, and they just start beating the shit out of him to throw him out.
Like I don't. Like,
And then,
I mean,
you meet with that guy. Well, okay, fine. He likes living. Then he meets that kid again, and the kid's like, "Haha, what's up, faggot?"
Dude, that guy's such an asshole. His diary is so ridiculous.
I was gonna be like,
too.
I was gonna say, I like living, but you know what? I'm not a bitch.
I think one of my favorite jokes in the manga, though, is like when that asshole kid gets his own diary, everything ends with "I'm shining."
I don't know why they decided to follow him at all. I don't even know why he showed up when there were so many more interesting characters.
So ridiculous, but just hilarious.
He showed up when two like kind of cool characters showed up too.
Mm-hmm.
When the detective showed up, and then the girl who was trying to win her father's love with murder.
Yeah. I guess they were trying to like tie back to like his past so that he had more depth as a character. Because like you can't. I guess what the author was thinking was like you can't have a main character that has no characters around him from like his past at all. You know what I mean? Because he went to a school with like a crap ton of kids and he had like parents and shit, but like everyone that he knew previous to that aside from is dead. So like you got to bring in somebody, right?
I don't even know how all those people like.
They all died in the terrorist attack.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
that was a pretty big. She blew up a school,
which never gets brought up again. It's just like this
Yeah,
is an event that doesn't get brought up. Period. Ever again.
Yeah, and the school system like. Well, the school got blown up because of you, but I guess we'll just let you into this new place, even though the terrorist was not caught.
And the fact that he doesn't go into like witness protection is amazing.
Yeah. He also shoots a detective, and like they don't care.
And he goes back to school. You're right. He does go back to school after that.
Hey, we only read up to chapter fucking 20.
I don't remember what shit happened before. Wait.
I mean, we told you what happened. What the end of chapter 20 was.
Yeah, we did.
I've already fucking forgotten. Who cares?
So pretty much. So what do we give the series out of 10?
Oh no! Wait, we missed one section. One very important section.
What were we talking about?
It's time for the tits and ass cast. All right.
yes.
So this has been the Manga podcast. I give this series.
You didn't even know what
7
fucking
out of 10.
show it was.
Mirai Nikki.
Don't even get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Anyway, tits and ass cast.
Yeah.
Right. So best set of tits. There are like 2 characters to go. Actually, no, 4 characters.
You're not
Let's
editing
see.
shit.
You ain't editing shit.
See, now I'm gonna have to edit it out just because you said that. I'm gonna edit it with like sounds of just fart noises.
You don't have the pure will to edit anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, like there's only 4 characters worth mentioning here that have like any attractive features, and that's the 9th, and the 2 girls that he befriends. So 3 of those are kind of completely out of the picture, and the 9th is obviously the best girl, anyways.
Yeah. There we go. It's pretty much down to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, apparently Knight's into BDSM, so you got that going. She's tied up in like every chapter. Like every chapter.
Awesome.
And then there was
like gothic Lolita shit, which is I find that attractive.
I can't believe we forgot to completely forgot mentioning the religious cult leader chick who got killed.
Oh yeah,
because that was a real fucked up story.
Oh shit, Boku no Pico.
That was some weird shit.
I'm gonna have them talking like that video, and that's what's gonna be on. The Don't Watch Boku no Pico. That's what's gonna be on this entire section.
Anyway, that girl, she had a real fucked up story.
Oh yeah, she got
like
a lot.
A lot. What's with like Japan in religious rape? Very specifically religious rape.
Like what religion does it make sense to rape your goddess?
Yeah, that's a good point.
She's our prophet. She can speak to God. Tom the Pound.
Therefore, we should abuse her completely.
Like, I'm pretty sure God's not going to be chill with that.
Keep her in a cage and I like that she loses the ball and is like, well, that sucks. And then the next time she sees it, she's just like, oh, shit.
My ball! She's
Tommy
like, that
gets
ball was
stabbed.
my only emotional tether. And then I lost it.
That girl's kind of a bitch.
Also, how do you fuck that up? Like, you have one thing in that cage. You got, like, 20 square feet of, like, room. Like, are you just tossing that shit, like, restlessly through the cage bars? Were you trying to lose the handball?
Also, they seemed like they all followed her orders, right?
Yeah.
So why didn't she just say, "Hey, find my ball"?
Also, don't rape
Followers, stop raping me.
Stop for one moment. We need to find that ball.
We have bigger things to do. We have.
God says my vagina is off limits this week and forevermore.
I just imagine
Until
God
we
just,
find that ball.
God just shows up and he's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?"
God just shows up and he's like, why did the raping stop? I didn't command this.
Look,
Man, I'm
you have
really
to,
glad we're not gonna be hearing any of this.
you have to appease the rape gods.
Rape train has. I'm gonna add that in there too as well. And then
Rape chain. Choo choo.
It's gonna
Fuck, fuck,
make-
fuck, 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 fuck. Oh.
I think I can hear Harrison's video card about to explode.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's-
Is it doing that?
Dangerous.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's end this video so I can like.
8 out of 10. It's good. Good. Go read it.
I gave it like a 7. I don't know why. 7.8.
0.8. Like, that's really specific. Can you explain why?
Because I was
That's super specific.
I was gonna be like a 7.5 because that's the middle, but I was like, you know what? I'll put an 8 because I think it's really close to being an 8. It's just there's just so many plot.
There are some huge plot holes.
Yeah. Gaping
But-
plot holes.
At least it's not Jitsu-wa Watashi-wa, you
I'm
dick.
probably gonna give that like a 9.
Plot holes big enough
Hey.
to stick several dicks in at once.
I'm gonna give it that a 9 just to fuck with you, and that'd be kind of honest. I'll probably give it an 8.
Oh my god, you're terrible. You have such bad tastes.
Well, you're
Well, what do you rate
Well,
it?
I'm gonna edit this video to make you sound like you like Boku no Pico.
Fine. You don't have enough. You don't have enough technical skill
What are you talking about? I don't
or
have no
desire.
technical skills. That's like the easiest
This
thing
motherfucker
ever.
doesn't even have enough will to do that.
Oh my god! I already downloaded the audio.
Nah, bullshit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I did download the audio already.
You won't do shit. We don't believe you.
What's the time?
Anyway.
What's gonna be like I got like the timestamp for this. We're like in like the 50 minutes. All right, so it's like 10 minutes before that. Cool.
All right, Zach. Ratings go.
Here we go.
I already rated it
Shit. Wait. What'd you rate it?
8.
Oh, okay. Jesus. All right. I give it a 7. Just 7. It's good, but the plot holes are gaping and the art's kind of crap.
Kind
and
of. Also,
the
yeah,
characters
I forgot the
are-
art's bad. Give it a 7.
The art's
I forgot about the art. I forgot about the art.
The characters are good, but like they go neglected or overused or abused or whatnot, and then like
Which is bad.
just the whole setup just feels so like improv.
Also, the art. Sometimes the eyes aren't aligned.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got mad downs. Everyone in the Mirai Nikki universe got mad downs.
Yeah.
I should probably just edit that out just because
Nope.
I'm not gonna edit that out.
All right.
Just
so
replace the word downs with up.
They're bad ups. they got the
the bad ups.
They got that bad height. It's like
They got the.
it's like it's fucking. I can't go any farther with this.
All right.
Spud Web up.
So next-
Spud Web up with this bitch.
Next week we're reading Rapi Irangai. It's a story
Fun.
about civil war in Japan. Then there's the Ninja Girls.
And then after that, we're reading Sakai Odi, which is about fucked up people and fucked up shit.
And then we have a bunch of other manga that we've written down for the list, but haven't decided the order that we're reading it in.
Or how much.
So-
So you know.
From now on, we're just gonna read nothing but harems, guys.
Yay! Tits and ass cast ammo.
Actually. I mean,
But yeah, there's only like 2 harems
Dead
on it.
silence.
did you hear what I said though?
No.
No.
Oh, I said we're gonna have a hair without the tits of the ass.
Oh,
Wow.
those exist.
Yeah.
Those exist. Where
They're
there's
called child porn.
Well, no, I mean, like,
No.
no, it's not child porn. It's
No,
just, like,
a female main character with a bunch of guys.
No, I mean,
Oh.
no, I just meant like a. I'm just saying a harem with like the way it's drawn. It's just no sex appeal.
Oh,
Well, that's fair.
that exists too,
We're
actually.
gonna read one. Jitsu wa Watashi wa.
Yeah.
All right then.
Zero sex appeal for any character,
Yeah.
which is kind of a plot point.
Yeah. And then we're gonna read Trinity 7.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is. I'm not
And
excited.
Suki. Suki, woo!
You know, I didn't know. And Sexual Hunter Riot.
And Sexual Hunter Riot.
Don't remember this. Oh boy,
We don't talk to you about shit.
I am
No,
never going to get
we
through
don't-
Rurouni Kenshin. I was on the call, motherfucker.
We only added 2 without calling him.
We need to add more. We should just take him off everything he talked about.
Wow. All right, thanks,
Any-
asshole.
Anyway, so we're reading stuff, and you should watch our stuff over at Azrael Plays. We
But
play
mainly at the
games.
Banana, which you're already here, so it makes it really easy for you. Really.
We let's watch stuff. We tried to do a let's watch of Star Wars Christmas special.
Apparently, Fox fucking
The f-
old. No, I probably could just like edit out that one clip.
Probably, but
Dude,
fuck
I
it.
really
no
don't
one
care
can get
about
through
that.
Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, we did. You know what
We did.
I feel like, you know what? I am going to edit because it was so bad. It was so bad. Holy shit.
This? What we just did?
No, I mean holiday special. What are you talking about?
Oh. Sorry.
We should probably end this recording.
I guess so.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.